Hello everyone, this is Frank from Apple One-to-One. Today I want to talk about the book application on your iPhone, your iPad, and your Mac. I'm going to demonstrate everything here on the Mac. The first thing you're going to do is open up the application, and if you click on search, in there you will be able to search by author, title, whatever topic you want. If you want to search on an author, just put in the author's name, and there are your top results. And then you would select the particular author that you're looking for. Typical search processing. The home button is the next one down. Now this is going to adjust according to your likes and dislikes. So you have their top picks. If you're reading some books, it's going to have a category called Continue. Below that, you'll have top picks, things that, based on what you've read in the past, they're going to give you additional suggestions. Then you're going to have down here want to read, things that are in your want to read that you may have started, didn't finish, or maybe did a sample. Current bestsellers, then they have different picks based on price, different categories, mysteries and thrillers, customer favorites, actions, adventure, special offers, all of that stuff right on down. Then you can also set your reading goal, and it will keep track of that by day. Below that, it will track what books you've read in what year. So you see here in 2013, I started and I read 1. And if you continue, 3, 2015, 3, 2016, 6, 13, 49, so on and so forth. 18 was a good year, I guess. And so it'll go all by year. And it's just a way of keeping track of things that you read that particular year. You can go to the bookstore. The bookstore is going to be kind of similar to home, and it's going to give you different deals. Limited time for $4. Great books by Michael Connelly for $3. New and trending. These are your top charts. Free and paid. Different categories. Coming soon. Customer favorites. Books we love. All of these different things segregated so that to help you pick a particular book. These are all printed books, obviously. Below is your audiobook store. Well, let's go back to bookstore. If I click on a book, we'll do the David Balducci one here, right? It's also going to show you the audiobook. When you click on something to see, it'll give you a rating. It'll tell you the genre it's in, the price, of course. Sample. If you click on sample, it's going to download that to your device, and it'll give you a number of pages, about a chapter, maybe a little more. And if you want to purchase it, you would just go up to the top, click on it, and purchase. And whether you have your Face ID or your fingerprint, it'll approve the transaction. It'll download the remainder of the book for you. You also have Apple Book Review from the publisher, customer reviews, other books by Balducci, other audiobooks. So you can pretty much hone in on anybody you want and get everything that they have to offer. The nice thing is that when you purchase something, it's available to you on your iPad, your iPhone, and if you use CarPlay with your iPhone, you can obviously play the audiobook when you're on a trip. So that's a pretty nice feature. Some of the things you can do with audiobooks. So let's go to our collections, and we're going to go to audiobooks. Now we have this Brad Meltzer novel. Tap on it, and it's going to start playing it when you hit the play button. And let's talk about some of the icons down on the bottom. One is the first one. You see 1x. You can increase your speed time if you want to go to 1.5 times. Then when you hit your play button.
Who was number 403? He wasn't pleased.
It's going to play it fast.
So this year he's determined.
Pause it. If it's too fast for you, maybe 1.2. Also, you have a sleep timer. You can customize it, or, you can hit when the current chapter ends. So if you want it to automatically stop at the end of the chapter, you just tap on that and it'll play until that chapter is over. Or you can set it for a specific time, an hour, 45 minutes, 30, so on and so forth. Or off, and it'll just play until you stop it. So the downside here is if you don't have a timer and you fall asleep, it's just going to continue to play. Then you have to kind of figure out where you were. The next one is your AirPlay. So if you have other speakers or wherever, and you can route it to those speakers through AirPlay. And then these are just your where you left off, things like that, your bookmarks. If you tap the ellipsis there, there's just a few other things. You can hit want to read, you can share it, add it to a collection, mark as finished, so on and so forth. And that's how you would do your audiobooks in the book app. Now here is your library. So this is going to show you all of the books that you have. And you can, up in the right hand corner, you click on this and you can display it as a grid, as a list. And you can do by recent, title, author, or you can put them in manual. And you can remove any downloads if you want. I prefer the grid, but that's totally up to you. They also have a category here, want to read, things that you may have looked at. They'll put in here. And if you didn't purchase it, it would have a price over here. And then you would just click on it and download it and pay for it. And then it's yours. The next category are all the books that you finished, and notice it has a date of when you finished it, and then you can give it a rating. Next are your books. These are all the books in your library, and they are just in, again, if you click over here, I have them in grid format, just from recent to the oldest. Same thing here with your audiobooks. They're there and you can access them at any particular point in time. The next one is PDFs. I like this a lot. You can take any PDF that you get, whether it's from an email or a download, and you put it in the book application, and it's available to you. Don't have to go hunting for your email or anything like that. You can bring it right up in the book application at any time. How do we get a PDF into the book reader? So, first thing you'll do, obviously, is download the PDF file. And I'm going to go on my iPad here, and we go into the files. And I'm going to tap on my Live Track Zoom Operator's Manual. Then you simply tap on the share icon, and you slide over to where you see the book application. Tap on it, and it loads it right into your book application. And you see it's right there in your library. If you go to the selection, your collections there, you can go right to your PDFs and it will only show you your PDFs and you'll see it's there. If you go back and go to your library, that's going to show you everything. That's a nice feature. And then any samples that you've downloaded, you see it has the sample, the price here. So after you read the sample and you say, yeah, I want it, you would click on that and it would download it. The next area is My Collections. Now, My Collections, you can create collections. So I have one called Music Studio. And in there, I have all of the books that I want. So if I'm looking for something that pertains to the music studio, I can just go right there. If I click on a book, if you click on the ellipsis right here, you'll see you can share, add to want to read, add to a collection. So when you have a book, you click on the ellipsis and add it to a collection, and then the collection list will come up like this, and then you just select the collection you want and it'll put it in there. Now, again, it doesn't physically put it in there, but it puts a pointer in there. So you're not duplicating space and volume. I have one for music bios. Okay. You notice I have the Modern Drummer Legends Daniel Serafine in Music Studio and in Music Bios, as the same with Phil Collins. And then these are other books about musicians. I did one by Bill O'Reilly, so I put all of his books in there. Another one, CJ Box, that series I have in there. So you can, and then there's one just entitled My Books. I swear on one I was just playing around with it. Things that pertain to Apple. And here's where I have all of my Apple manuals and things like that. I have a category for all of the books pertaining to history. And again, then I have, that's all of the history books. And then I have a subcategory, if you will, the Civil War era. And I have books in around, the 1800s to after the Civil War and the Native American Wars. I also have another subsection called Westerns. Now, this is just to show how you can create these collections. If there's something that is not mystery, like Drums and Demons, and you say, oh, I put that in the wrong category or collection rather, you can just go to here and say remove, and then you have these options: remove from collection, hide books, or cancel. So say remove from collection, it's going to remove it from that collection only. Also, I have a thing for obituaries, friends of mine, family members, at their obituary. I don't know, I just put them in there in case I want to reread them at some point in time. So that's pretty much the book app. And then you can collapse this collection so you don't have to see it. So if you go to, let's say go to home, right? And then if you open a book, now, a couple of things here. This is your contents. By chapter, you can go right to it. This icon is, you can create, it'll show you bookmarks. This little guy in the upper right hand corner, this little ribbon, you can turn that bookmark on. And then it will appear here. You can have as many bookmarks as you want, or you can just use it as like a current marker. The next icon, any notes and highlights. So I can, if you highlight an area, right mouse click, you can highlight it, or you can underline it, whatever you want, or you can add a note. So if you hit underline, then if I go back over here, you will see those highlights in order. The next icon on the right is your share icon. You have to be careful here because you could copy a section, but you have to be careful because you have copyright infringement areas that you need to take into consideration. The next one are your themes and settings. So you can pick any particular theme that you want. You can change your point size. Okay. That makes it smaller, obviously, larger. This one, you can change the theme from light to dark to automatic. Now, automatic, if you're on your iPad, depending upon the surrounding lighting, it will adjust. Search, if you want to search for a particular word. And there you go. And it's going to show every occurrence of that, and then you can just click on the one you want. Close the book out. Like I said before, once you purchase a book, it's available to you via iCloud on any of your Apple devices. Now, if you have Apple Premium, you can share the book application with the other members of your family, and they can create their own collections. So it's not like they're going to see everything you have, you're going to see everything they have. It's separate, just like in the music. I hope you enjoyed this, and We look forward to your questions and comments.